Damn, bro, do you mind? Do you mind giving me some privacy? We got some goodies. That's heavy. And some smaller goodies. Let's see what we got. We got my little letter opener. All right, whoop-de-doo. We got some wheel bearings. All right. Let's take the wrapping paper off. Actually, I'm not gonna do that because this thing looks greasy as hell and I gotta go in a little bit. But we did get some wheel bearings. Don't mind the clown shoes, all right? Wheel bearings, we're gonna install those hopefully sometime this week. I know we got, what's this holiday coming up? Thanksgiving. So I have a very, very long weekend to get these installed with a nice full belly and should be good to go. Worst case scenario, I also have to change the fronts, but I don't think the fronts were having an issue. I think it was just the rear. But since this is a rear wheel drive car, I think that makes sense. I don't know. And these are just those clips that clip the sun visor to the car basically, so that it doesn't like fly out at me every time I floor it. So put those on. It's a very easy install, just a little quick little screwdriver. But obviously these will be a bit more in depth and I probably need to start taking apart this stuff like soon. I should have did that over the weekend, but it was a very, very, very busy weekend. And I also need to install the lowering kit, which is on that table over there. There's a lot of work to do. But like I mentioned in my last video, I do have a lowering kit for the C5. These are just lowering bolts. I forgot I had these, to be honest. These have been sitting in here for like most of the year, like over half the year. I just forgot that I had them. They were just like sitting on this table over here. So I gotta install that, and it's a lot of work. It's gonna be a lot of work, but fun work, I guess. But these are just like, the issue was I got these are like $60-70 for the full kit. This is the full kit. These are for the fronts, these are for the rears, and these are front end links, and these are just some bushings for these. It was like $60-70. I said, you know what, why not? I can just lower the car. And then I went to Tennessee, and then I decided, maybe I need to get some coilovers, but I'm not gonna get those anytime soon. I still have a lot of work to do, maintenance-wise, not necessarily modification-wise, maintenance-wise on this car. So I wanna make sure that's good first before I go splurging on some BC or some Silver's coilovers and get everything right and ready. But we're getting there. It's gonna be a lot of work. I'll probably get coilovers next year. Maybe like late next year. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how these hold up. I hear these really make a bit of a difference, and you get like some sway bars, probably like C6, Z06 sway bars or something like that, and it's all on here. I even heard that the C5 Z06 sway bars are better on this car too. So I don't know. We'll see. We're just going with the flow at this point. I just realized the Corvette's been down for like a week, and it's probably gonna be down for another week and a half. So I probably need to get this put on there before all hell breaks loose. This will always be a top 10 purchase, I swear. Top 10 purchase, maybe even top 5, maybe even top 3. Man, I do miss this car, but we gotta get some work on you so you don't kill me. Bro, I will never get over having a garage. Like, I will never, ever, ever get over it. It's insane. I just need to clean it up in here, man. It's a mess. I need to clean it up. But we'll get there. It takes time. Garage stuff is expensive. So there's a lot going on. This is like for a radio that I just installed in one of the other cars. That was actually pretty easy, but I did not install the backup camera because that seemed like a pain in the ass. Probably do that later. But update for the wheel bearings. I did not even start, and it's been like a week and a half, I think. But I think I need, I think it's like a T50 for something back here. But it's a T50, and I think this is like a 33 or 34 millimeter. I need a socket for that because the largest one I have is probably like 32. So once I get that, I should be good to go, and we can just knock this out on the weekend or this weekend. And then I might go ahead and install the lowering bolts. I don't know how in-depth that is, but it seems simple. It seems simple enough, but we'll have to figure out later. I need to go to like Home Depot or Lowe's or whatever, probably Home Depot, and get those tools and get started on this. But I do need gas in this car, and I'm gonna take it out. Yeah, because I haven't driven this thing in like 2 weeks, bro. I swear I haven't driven this thing in like 2 weeks. So we're gonna take it out. Battery's full, and that should be fun. Got the neighbor washing his boat. I'm not gonna show it because it's like his house and all, but it's pretty cool to have a boat. I want to get me a boat one day. Oh, I literally think it's like this. That's like a T something. I don't know what number that is, but it looks like it's close to a T50 or something like that. And it's like back here somewhere. But I'm gonna go ahead and throw this wheel on and get this sorted out. And I will at least install these little clips so I don't get whacked in the head every time I floor the car with the sun visor. Oh man, I haven't sat in this car in I don't even know how long. I'm like excited. What is that? Is that a flathead? What is that? Oh. Bro, how am I always missing something? This is crazy. So, obviously, I ran into an issue because car stuff is never easy. But yeah, while I was down here, I was like, I might as well go ahead and install the lowering bolts, which is this one here. And the OEM bolt is here. So that's a good bit of difference. And I think I had it like on the third notch there, I'm not sure. But I'll probably put it like right where I had it here. Or maybe like on the first one, maybe a little bit higher. Maybe about right there on both sides. And drop the car. I think I'm gonna go ahead and do that. I ran into an issue with the wheel bearing maintenance, I guess. This axle here is rusted to all hell, so it's hard to get this nut off. I have some rust remover, and I've just been like spraying it down all day, and I have this gigantic brush that is not doing the work, so I need to get a smaller brush to remove some of that. PB blasted the hell out of that thing, and it is gross. Regardless though, this is spinning, and I can't remove that nut because this whole thing spins. The issue was getting this, I think this is the control arm, I don't know. Getting this piece off of here. Removing this piece from here because, man, I can't show you. Because this one right here spins with the entire axle, and I think I need to get a pry bar to just pry that off. I've been beating on it with a mallet all day. I have this hammer, but I don't want to like dent the metal too much. I don't know where my mallet is. Here's my mallet. I've been beating on this thing all day. So I might need to get a crowbar and just pry it off. I think I can do that. Otherwise, I will have to drop this entire thing there, and then the other side, and just drop the whole thing. This is already loose, the strut here, because I was gonna drop the whole thing, but I was like, maybe I'll just get a pry bar instead and just try to pry it off. Now, whenever I lift this up, it just lifts with this, and it also lifts the entire car. I got the caliper resting on my jack because I didn't have anywhere else to put it while I try and take this thing apart. But that's where we're at now. We're at a stopping point, and I assume the other side will be just as difficult as this one. I'm gonna get a pry bar, like a crowbar, and just try to pry this thing apart and see if that works. Other than that, I don't want to do too much damage to anything under here, and I don't want to have to take everything apart either. So I think just prying it apart will help, because this piece is supposed to lift up independently from this lower control arm, I think that's called. But for now, since I'm under here, I'm just gonna go ahead and install these lowering bolts, and I have to do the fronts too. But I mean, you know, since I'm down here, I literally had to take off the bolt from the leaf spring anyway. So I was like, you know, 2 birds, 1 stone. And I don't know how long this video is. I have no idea how long this video is. So I might go ahead and stop right here and then put this into 2 parts. I don't want this video to be too long. And I will get the lowering bolts installed instead and then figure out how to get this thing removed. So wish me luck. Also, another thing, since these are brand new, I'm so sick of the rust on here. So I was thinking, since I have to take all of these off anyway, I might as well sand this down here, get rid of this rust, and paint or tape off and then paint this. I have some primer and heat resistant paint meant for, I think it's the engine bay, but I think it could be used on this as well. So I think I'm gonna go ahead and do that because I am tired of this rust. And these are good for a good while because I just got these, I think a few months ago, like earlier this year, and I hardly drive the car as it is. So I might go ahead and do that.